Hey everybody, welcome back to the Breath of Fire walkthrough. Breath of Fire 3 walkthrough. We are at the huge slug, and unfortunately, I forgot my salt. But God, I'm lame. I'm so lame. Anyways, hit this guy. Hit this guy with a fire attack, and it will. I don't know, it says it learns or it loses its protective coating, which I think just means that it uses reprisals less. Let's see here. Disables dodge. It looks like so. I guess you can miss on it a lot, unless you, or I should say, until you hit it with a flame attack. Bam, that was pretty good. That flame strike, that hit really hard. I'm a little surprised at that. Although, I guess he is weak to. We're weak to flame. So, yeah, I guess I would say, keep hitting him. Keep hitting him with flame attacks. Let's see here. Current health. Looks like when he drops below a quarter, he gets an intelligence buff. That's weird. Huh. Yeah, that is weird. Changing fire attack. All right. You know what? Anyways, this guy, gosh, there's nothing really that's standing out to me. As far as strategy wise, he's got the vitamins. I don't know if that's really worth stealing. I mean, vitamins restores 100 health to. Granted, it's to all of your characters, but I don't know. I guess if you're as over leveled as I am for this fight, then by all means go right ahead. Otherwise, it feels like kind of a waste of a turn. I mean, they're not that good. So here it looks like, I don't know if this was the first time I used the Force gene, but I think pretty sure this was Force, Thorn, and Flame. Yes. So the Thorn, takes your health down a little bit more, but gives you even more offense. And being that these are all of the genes are percentage based, it really makes a difference. You'll really feel it. So again, the Force gene is one of my favorite, if not my absolute favorite in the game. Actually, I'm pretty sure it is, just because the majority of the transformations that do involve the Force gene give you access to the focus and the aura skill, kind of all in one. Granted, there are a couple that don't. The Myrmidon form does not have focus, if I remember right. But you know what? That's a discussion for another time. Anyways, so beat down that slug, and I don't know. That felt like kind of just a blah boss. I don't know. Very, obviously not the final boss of this area, but here we do have the Chrism. Oh, I forget what these were called. The Chrism pressure counters, I guess. Pretty sure that's what they were. But anyways, you're gonna want to, if you just plan on, going off of my guide, then go right ahead. Otherwise, if you're gonna do it yourself, I'd recommend writing these down. And you're also gonna want to find the clue. You can actually see it there in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. There's a little note up on top of one of the computers, and I'll try to point out how to get to it. But okay, so it says that you have to. line up the counters from lowest to highest. So here, unit 4 says the chrism pressure is 55. So just, you know, like I said, if you're going to try to figure this out on your own, just write these down. Or if you've got an insane memory, you know, just keep them in your head. So chrism 5 is said 42. And I don't remember if these were always the same for every playthrough. I think they are, though, which is, you know, a little lame, I guess. Unit 2, 39, and Unit 1 is 21. Okay. So, you know, again, if you're trying to figure this out, you're gonna want to find that clue. Right there, it is again. And that treasure chest right there, I ended up coming back in here in a little bit and grabbing that, because you can actually grab that from the side. You know, kind of cool. Not really all that useful though. At the end of the day, that treasure chest is basically right on the way to the final boss. So there's, you know, there isn't a really huge advantage in getting it right here and kind of from the side, I guess. Just kind of a neat little thing there. Nothing else actually in this room though. Nothing hidden, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. I apparently just sat here and I was enjoying the 75 Zenny. So yeah, I guess, you know, just like I said, go back out the way you came. One important thing though, and I believe I did touch on this in the previous video, you do have to turn on that blue switch to the. It's actually technically on the left hand side of this room. You can't access it from right here though. And if you don't turn that on, these counters don't show up, so you can't actually interact with them, and thus you can't complete the puzzle. And I think actually you absolutely have to do that. Yeah, so you can, if you come out here and take this next door, the door number 2, and then take your first right, that'll take you into the switch. Okay, where are we headed to here? Okay, well, here, we're going through door number 2. So there's the door right there. That door number 2. And this will just show you. There's the switch up there, the blue switch. And then, boy, if I remember right, this door right here there's nothing behind that door, which is, I don't know, it seems so weird. Like, why did they bother? Trolling, I guess. You know, well, there's when you go through here, you actually can see, and my idea or my thought was that so there's nothing right there in that corner. So you can actually see that treasure chest, which I've already opened up. So, you know, I guess if you missed that chest, that's kind of a clue that, hey, there's a chest there. You know, I don't know. That's my thought anyway. Hey, Flyman. What's happening? I don't know. They don't look that cool. They don't look that cool to me. Gosh, my sense of humor is horrible. Okay, so if you take a left right there, back there, that'll lead you to that clue that I was talking about. Obviously, I did not do that in this playthrough. I actually lost, or I think I missed, or I was redoing this. Sorry, I was redoing this footage, and I don't know what happened. Like, if I just didn't turn my capture device on or not, but then I lost all the footage, unfortunately, of this whole place. And I don't think I'm trying to think of when the footage actually, my newest playthrough, and I would say, you know, probably less boring is coming up at the tidal caves, which is quite soon. Reason why I say boring is that my characters are obviously so over leveled right now that it just, I don't know, it was kind of lame. All the bosses felt really lame. The this last time though, with my characters quite a bit lower, it was actually quite a challenge. Really the whole game up until I actually really started taking a bit of time off to actually level. That being said though, this game again, the whole reason why I played it is the battle system is just a ton of fun. I really like the different things that you can do with it, and it can feel a bit difficult at times when you don't understand the intricacies of it, but once you get it down, it's a lot of fun. So I believe this is where I grabbed this chest. So again, you can grab it from the side, which is kind of neat. Not all, it's not gonna give you some sort of huge advantage for the rest of this dungeon by any means. I didn't even equip it. It's a wisdom ring, so it does give you a huge boost to your intelligence. But my characters weren't. I shouldn't say that. My main character was obviously I went down kind of like the mage path, I guess you could call it, with him, and thus his intelligence was quite a bit higher than had I picked say Bunyan at the beginning of the game or something. But even that being said, he doesn't really. It's not that I cast a whole lot of like offensive based spells with him. It's more just for the fact that he gets a ton of AP out of it. Now, granted, there is a magical dragon form that is pretty insane, but I think the real showcase of that was back when I fought the dolphin, and I think I used like the Eldritch. It's like Eldritch, maybe Thorn, and then the Thunder Gene or Lightning Gene, whichever. I forget the actual name of that one. But that spell that you get, the Mjolnir, something like that, is insane. That really does work, especially to that dolphin, because he was obviously weak to the thunder properties. So, all right, so here is where you actually enter in the password, and I did this wrong because again I missed the clue. And just to like I say, if you are trying to actually do this yourself, then go grab the clue and come back here. But I had them arranged in the order that I thought they were supposed to go in, and then that was not the right order, obviously. So yeah, you'll see me fail miserably here. Okay, let's try this again. And I think here I was just like, okay, well, I'm stumped. I don't know what to do. So I think I just started guessing at that point. I was like, all right, well, whatever. The actual answer is on the second page, and it's the third one down. So if you're wondering, that's the right one. Yeah. So annoying. Yep. Wrong again. So what I go through here? 7, 8? 8 wrong answers to get to the right one? Yeah. Just horrible. Horrible. So again, if you if you want to do the puzzle yourself and do it the right way, all the power to you. I didn't, apparently, this playthrough. But I will say, if I remember correctly, the password is the exact same every single time. So, second page, third one down. All right, well that opens up the final door, so you can take a little nap here, if you so like. and also save, which I would definitely recommend doing. The next boss can actually be semi difficult depending on how leveled you are. My last playthrough that I did here, I actually my main character got one shot on the first turn. So, again, I was quite a bit under leveled, but and maybe not set up with very decent gear, but it was funny to say the least. All right, so the rest of this is pretty straightforward if I remember right. Interestingly enough, if you type the answer into the computer and then you leave and try to swap somebody else into your party, when you come back in, that door will be locked again. Which is, they obviously wanted to force Momo into being a part of this. I guess to finish this area, so in which it makes sense. So. Just a useless little tidbit of information there. So many flymen. I thought I got more flame spears on this particular playthrough than I did. I vaguely remember getting a couple, and maybe I just wasn't paying attention. There, you can grab that chest, if you haven't already. But yeah, I just. Whatever. This doesn't really affect anything. But the flame spear is semi decent for a couple of different areas. Ironically, the huge slug comes to mind. So if you did take Gar in here, that is a good weapon for beating down the huge slug. Alright, so here we have Director Pallay. Alright, so let's see. Okay, if you come back as some nasty mutant, now can we? Alright, so Pallay is doing some kind of questionable research here. Don't worry, Mother, I'll make sure you don't like some ugly onion or something. I think that was a shot at Pico. I think it was. I think maybe I should have brought him with. Show him what a freaky, ugly mutant onion can do, huh? All right, so we're on to you. We're on to you, crazy pants. Liar. We heard you. Alright, so, yeah, here's where we find out that it's Pallay. It's Pallay's fault that the plant's making freaky, weird mutant things. And all because he was trying to bring back his dead mother. I mean, he had his heart, I think, in the right place. So here it almost seems like he's trying to blame it on Momo's father. Like, hey, he had this idea, and this was all his idea, and I'm just, it was him, and I don't know, it's kind of weak, but just because you see somebody doing something, you know, that doesn't, or just because one person does something, doesn't necessarily mean that you need to do it, or it doesn't make it right, you know. That's pretty obvious stuff. I think I learned that when I was like 10. And this guy looks like he's 80. Yeah, he's, you know, obviously he cares about his dead mother, so, you know, she, you know, had to have at least been around for a little bit, right? I don't know. Alright, so, typical weird mad scientist type of dude decides he's gonna drink a potion and turn into a weird freaky mutant thing and try to protect his dead mother. You know, pretty typical scientific stuff. I mean, I know tons of scientists who do something like that. Just swigging those potions down. Okay. All right, let's get real here. All right, so here's this room, and man, that thing looks freaky weird. Look at those teeth. And what is he snorting? Or is that I don't know what's happening there. Maybe those are spores coming out of his nose. Creepy. I don't know. This guy, I don't know if he's even worth stealing from. I really don't think so. It's, what is he listed as here? Is it a wisdom? Well, it's a wisdom fruit, I guess. I don't know. Those are kind of hard to come by, so maybe that's worth stealing. Let's see what else. What else on this room? He doesn't really have an elemental weakness per se, so you can kind of, you know, go with whatever attacks you like. Let's see here. Shroom. Yeah, like I said, first time I fought him, I got one shot, so that wasn't very fun. He does have access to lava bursts, so you know, if you've got your fairy village leveled up, or spent much time in Mount Zublo, you know, and got yourself maybe some magma armor like I did here, that's definitely an advantage. I'm trying to think of what my characters had. I believe Nina had the fire ring, Momo had the asbestos armor, and the main character had a magma armor. So the main character in Nina will absorb, you know, any lava burst damage, whereas I believe Momo will only take half damage. So, you know, not too bad, but could have been a little better. Couldn't steal anything. Yeah, and if I remember right, it took me a while to steal this, unfortunately. So, you know, in all honesty, not sure if it was a good idea or not. But again, the wisdom fruit is fairly difficult to come by, and it does restore 100 AP. So that is, you know, there's not very many decent ways to restore AP in this game. So there it is. Air raid. Take that. Yeah, I don't know that air raid's really worth using either here. This guy though can be useful if you've got the mind flay ability. Sometimes that'll land on him. He isn't 100%. I believe he's 75% resistant to, yeah, psionic attacks. Oh, no, maybe no, he's only 50%. Yeah, so that's even easier to land on him than I thought. But anyways, you know, being that he does use so many, you know, magic, or, yeah, I guess you just say magic skills, it's actually a decent, debuff to land on him. You know, in that actually really helps if, especially if you're underleveled. All right, let's see how much this does. 250? That's really good. You know, again, Nina's really, really over leveled. But 250, that's, I don't know, I think that's really good. She's no tweaked out dragon form main character, but, you know, neither is anybody else. Alright, so we got Momo snapping a couple times. It looks like two defense downs landed on him already. So this next aura with the main character should do a decent amount today. I lost track of how many times I focused. That must have only been... This must be the second time. Yeah, so let's see. We'll see how much this connects for. And Nina, what is this? The third? Third Mjolnir for 250? So she did quite a bit of work here. That she's actually up to about, you know, 850 with that first air raid. You know, added. Oh man, 2K though. That's awesome. Nina finished smoke. So it looks like Nina did about a third of the damage to him. So, you know, not bad. I don't know if Shroom has a, you know, a high reprisal rate or anything like that, but you know, like I said, Nina does some work if properly leveled. Maybe I should say over leveled. I try to make a case for Nina because, you know, I don't know. You have to play to Nina's advantages, and I don't know. There's just something to be said for it. You know, again, magic can't miss. Magic you can't get reprisals from, and it can make quick work of any, you know, any big groups of enemies, especially being that she's so fast. God, she's just got so much agility right now. So, you know, again, if you've watched any of the other videos, I'm pretty obviously probably pretty happy with the way Nina turned out. Granted, though, she is extremely over leveled, and I kind of wish I would have done my other game where I was quite a bit under leveled. I wish I would have used her a bit more, but the biggest problem though with her being under leveled is it isn't even really, it doesn't feel like it's like a lack of damage. It's just that her base health is so low that you don't have a whole lot of leeway before she dies. You know what I mean? I guess she can only take a hit or two, and then it's boom, she falls over. So that was my my biggest problem with hauling her around at the beginning of the game, especially. And actually, once you like pick up Gar, because I mean Gar starts at level 13 and he's got like 100 health. So you know, sorry. You know, even though I felt like in my other playthrough where I did have Nina quite a bit under leveled, I felt like, you know, again, it wasn't necessarily her damage being the reason why I was staying away from bringing her with. It just felt like you know, a hit or two and she was dead. So it was easier to just run around with Gar and, you know, like run away or escape from random encounters, and then just had, you know, a better HP pool to kind of just to deal with, you know, in general. So but you know, if like I say, if you want to get a little more out of the combat system, or if you've played this before and didn't care for Nina and wanted to try something a little bit different, that's definitely something I would recommend, because if you know, when trained right, I shouldn't even say right, you can do anything with anybody in this game, and you know, you're gonna do just fine. But this high agility with Nina is it's really, really fun. Okay. Man, finally. That dungeon is just so long, and I think the thing that I dislike about it the most is all the backtracking. It just feels like, you run out to one terminal, run back, run out to one terminal, run back. So it feels a little repetitive. All right, what's Momo have to say here? You were able to take care of the problem with the plant. Oh, yeah, so here, obviously Nina's just thanking Momo, and I like that, yeah, I don't know, that's kind of an interesting thought that Momo says, hey, no problem, but, being that my father was involved, I'm sure I would have had to do something about it sooner or later, so she feels, like, responsible for, I don't know, kind of responsible for her father's actions, which seems weird, but at the same time, whatever. So, all right, you know what? We're gonna have to cut this one off here. Yeah, we're getting close to the end. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want. But hope you guys are liking the videos and you join me for more. All right, thanks for watching.